This episode of Watch It Played is brought to you by Game On. Looking for great board games?
What about role-playing games?
And collectible card games.
Or miniatures!
Find all this and more, plus great prices and friendly service at Game On in Summerside, Prince Edward Island. If you've come to game on Prince Edward Island, then you've got to come to Game On.
Welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Luke Smith.
It certainly is, and my name is Rodney Smith, and if I'm not careful, I'm going to get replaced by this guy. Okay, well, we're ready to begin the turn, and so the player moves for the rogue are being submitted by a Rebel Mage. And I just read in the YouTube comments that he went out and bought Wrath of Ashardalon, so congratulations, I hope you enjoy that. And so here's what Rebel Mage wants to do with the rogue with this turn. Now, don't forget, during the last turn, the Rebel Mage got sent out into the Astral Sea. So this turn, he gets to come out anywhere, on any space, on any tile. And so we're going to plunk him down here between the three monsters, and then he's going to Tornado Strike the Cave Bear. Tornado Strike gives him 4 attacks he can use on any targets he wants, alright? So if he hits the Cave Bear, he's going to use the Furious Assault, which will allow him to do an additional damage point. The Cave Bear has 2 hit points, that will the Cave Bear. Alright, so he's going to keep attacking that Cave Bear until he hits it and kills it. If he kills it right away and he still has some attacks left, he wants to go after the Duergar Guard. And then, if he gets lucky, he's able to kill the Cave Bear and the Duergar Guard, he's going to try to hit the Grell. And then as his move action, he's going to try to run quickly and get behind the other heroes here out of range of attack. Alright, so let's begin. Materializing out of thin air. Tarak slashes at the Cave Bear. So we're going to roll and add 7.
17.
It's a hit. So we're going to use Furious Assault to kill the Cave Bear. He kills the Cave Bear before it realizes the rogue was even there. With a swift turn, the rogue descends his knife on the unfortunate Duergar. So we're going to roll and add 7 again.
17.
It's another hit. The rogue raises his knife to strike again. We're going to roll and add another 7.
4.
It's a miss. His knife slashes through the air, missing its target. With lightning reflexes, he goes to strike again. We're going to roll and add 7.
15.
His attack hits its mark, and slays the Duergar. And before the Grell has time to even react, the rogue runs around the corner to the safety of his companions. So that was a pretty exciting attack. We're going to flip over the Furious Assault card that was used, and the Tornado Strike. We've already removed the models from play. Our rogue's in position now, safely hidden behind his companions. And now we get to draw a treasure card.
Ooh.
Let's see what we get. These are called the Gauntlets of Ogre Power. These metal gauntlets grant the wielder incredible strength. You deal +1 damage when you hit an adjacent monster with an attack while this item is in play. Who should we give this to, Luke?
I think me, because I could do sure attack and I could do 2 damage, attack 1 adjacent monster.
Yes, your attacks actually, your attacks, a lot of them are for adjacent monsters, so this probably would be helpful.
Yeah,
and you're going next, so.
Really helpful.
Okay, so we'll give that to you. You're happy with that? Alright, now it's the exploration phase, and as usual, nothing's happening because we didn't get to the edge of a tile, so we move right on to the villain phase. We're going to draw an encounter card. Hidden Treasure. You spot a hidden cache of treasure a short distance away. Place 1 treasure token on any tile that does not have a hero on it, and then draw another encounter card. So you see, even the good encounter cards are bad because we're going to have to draw another one after this one. So we'll discard this encounter card, and now we'll draw a treasure card and lay it face down on this tile here. I'm putting it in front of Luke because I'm thinking when you have your turn, you might go past there to attack a monster, you can grab that treasure as you go by because it doesn't cost an action to pick up a treasure. But we do have to draw another encounter card. Let's see what it is. It's a curse. Bloodlust. The furious need for destruction fills your mind. You are cursed. Place this card on your hero card as a reminder. At the start of your hero phase, you take 1 damage. But you get to discard this card when you defeat a monster. So for that reason, I'm thinking we shouldn't spend the 5 experience to cancel this. What do you think?
Maybe we should cancel it in case, like, we all kill the monsters, and then like, there's the golf left, so then we have to do a bunch of damage.
So Luke's concern is, if we happen to wipe out all the monsters by the time it gets around to Tarak's turn again, he won't have a monster to kill in order to cancel this card.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take that risk, Luke. Will you be heroic with me?
Sure.
Alright, so we're going to put this curse on Tarak. Alright, so now we're going to activate our villain. The tactic says, if the Goth is within 3 tiles of a hero, it attacks the hero with the most hit points within range with an eye ray. So all of our heroes are within range right now because they're all in the same tile. And the hero with the most hit points right now is Tarak, our rogue. So let's roll and see which of the attacks the Goth is going to do. It's a 19. It's going to be a telekinetic attack. So we're going to roll and add 8 and see if it hits. It's a 13. That is going to be a hit. It's going to do 1 damage. And we have to move the hero 1 tile away from the Goth. So we have to move our thief back. It's going to make more sense to move him to this tile over here than to this tile with the volcanic vapors.
Now we're ready to activate the monsters.
Alright, and I just realized something. The monsters that Tarak had were the Cave Bear and Due Gargard cards. I forgot to remove them, so we're going to put these in our experience pile because these are the monsters that he defeated this turn. And that means he's got no monsters to activate, so that's great.
It's my hero phase and I'm poisoned.
And that means we have to give you a damage counter, unfortunately. Now what would you like to do?
I'd like to move.
Okay, and where do you want to move?
5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And since Luke passed the treasure, he picked it up on his way by, and let's see what it was. Scroll of Monster Control. You temporarily take control of your foe. Used during your villain phase when choosing a monster action. The monster does not act normally. Instead, place the monster in any square within 1 tile of it. If it is adjacent to another monster, attack that monster. Okay? That's not bad. And then it gets a +9 modifier to the attack and it will do 1 damage. So that might be something we can even use this turn. So you're beside the grill. Anything you'd like to do to that grill?
Attack.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. What are you going to use?
Sure strike.
Sure strike. You trade power for precision. So you get to attack 1 adjacent monster, you get a +11 modifier. Let's roll and see what happens. It's a 6. 6 plus 11 is going to be 17. That Grell has 15. That's a hit. You're only going to do 1 damage though.
But I have this.
Right. That's right. The Ogres of Power, which is going to give you +1 damage. So that's actually going to be 2 damage, which is enough to defeat the Grell. So let's take that monster card, or move the model. The card, please, sir. Thank you. Put that in our experience pool. And now you get to draw a treasure. You're just rolling in treasure today, Luke. This is called the Box of Caltrops. This wooden box contains metal caltrops with razor-sharp tips, used during your hero phase. Place 3 caltrop tokens on any 3 squares on your tile. When a monster is placed on a square with a caltrop token, remove that token and deal 1 damage to the monster. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now there's tokens that go along with this. I'll fish those out later. I'm thinking, I don't think we should use it right now, so let's give it to one of our other heroes to use later.
Let's give it to the cleric because next time
okay, it'll give the cleric a
starts,
chance?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to give it to our cleric, and maybe you players will think of something to do with that box of caltrops. Okay, so it's the end of the hero phase, and Luke gets to roll to see if he gets rid of that poison. Let's see what you get. You got a 3. And unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. You do get a bonus of 5, but that's still not going to be more than 10. So you stay poisoned, I'm afraid, Luke. Okay, so now we move on to the exploration phase. Again, we're going to skip over it because we didn't get to the edge of a tile. We're going to draw an encounter card at the start of our villain phase. Event lost. All these tunnels look the same. Without looking at it, take the bottom dungeon tile from the stack and place it on top. All right, well, that's pretty simple. Go back to this tile stack. It feels like we haven't used this for quite a while. Take a tile off the bottom, put it on the top.
5 videos ago.
It feels like it. Put that back. All right, so it's time to activate our villain, Balax the Goth. It says, if the Goth is within 3 tiles of a hero, we know how this goes, it attacks the hero with the most hit points within range with an eye ray. So even though Luke's dwarf is the closest, it's actually going to be targeting any of the 3 heroes that are within range. Tarak is no longer in range because he got pushed back, so that's actually kind of good, because otherwise he would have been hit. Instead, Luke is going to be rolling to hit you. So let's roll the dice and see what kind of attack it does. 19 is going to be another telekinetic attack. So let's roll and add 8 and see if it's a hit. 6 plus 8. I don't think that's going to be enough to hit
18.
you. Yeah, you have an AC of 18, so that's a miss. Very nice. So now we have to activate the monsters, and we only have one. Yes?
I have Scroll of Monster Control.
That's right, you have this. That's a great name. Scroll of Monster Control. What's that's going to allow us to do, instead of this gibbering mouther attacking us, we're going to take control of it, and we're going to make it attack the Goth. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to turn the model around here, and it's going to attack. It's going to get a +9 modifier. So you go ahead and roll the dice, and let's see what we get. 16
19,
plus 9.
16.
That's good. That's going to be a hit. This is going to be our first hit against this Goth. So we got 1 damage token on the Goth, and you know, I think I'm going to put this damage token on the card here because there's going to be so many of them. There's no point in trying to put a ring of them around his model. And so the scroll has to be discarded now. Okay, the other thing we have to do is remember our environment high alert card, and that means we're going to have to pass 1 monster card, and he only has 1, over to the rogue.
That's the end, guys. I wonder if my dad made any mistakes.
You wonder if I made any mistakes. If I did make any mistakes, I'm blaming you for them. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. In the next turn, Quinn is going to be acting our cleric, so please submit your moves, what you think our cleric should do. I'm thinking it's about time we went after that Goth. Alright, that's it for now. We'll see you guys later.